So I was competing. I was in...
Yeah, you're in the Masters, right?
Yeah. So I didn't expect to qualify because I was only 10 months post my third baby when I qualified. And it's my last year in that age group. I'm now 40. And so I was like, nah, I wanted to do it to support them because they said they didn't have many masters sign up. And then suddenly they had a flurry of everyone supporting them. And I was like, I just do it. And I said to David, it doesn't matter how I do. And then the first workout came and I was like, okay, I did quite well in that one. And I messaged David and went, David, how do we do this? And he went, you work hard, Rhian. Of course you can. And then the second one came, I did well in that one. Then the fourth came, I did terrible. It was awful. And and then it just happened. I qualified. So, and then I had to leave because I had to fly out to Vienna for a work trip that night. So I had to go from Excel that afternoon straight to Heathrow.
Oh my gosh.
To flight for work to Vienna, where I was in Vienna for like 4 days for work. So it was crazy.
Rhian Pearson, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us on Everyday Athletes. It's a series for JST. We call it Everyday Athletes, but there's the point is that there's nothing every day about the people who are on JST compete. And I'm pretty sure you embody all of that. How many jobs do you have?
You count mum as a job? Yeah. Wife, business owner, and employee.
Yeah, sounds like quite a lot going on your plate. So how long have you been with JST? How did you come to get to know the program and start working with the guys?
So I had ACJ reconstruction in my shoulder 5 years ago, following a skiing accident, nothing to do with CrossFit. And I got put on to David Shrunky, who lived down the road from me at the time, down in Cheltenham. I'm in Worcester, and said he can help you through surgery and then keep you moving when you're in a sling. So I was like, oh, that sounds great. So I contacted him and he became my coach, and that was 5.5 years ago now. And obviously then David got taken on as a JST coach a couple of years ago, and so I transferred onto the JST programming. So I have individualized programming through David via JST.
How have you found it since you moved?
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, the access to all the videos, having the community is just brilliant. I absolutely love Super Saturday. Super Saturday is like my favorite day. I love just seeing all the videos of everyone doing the same thing. We have some guys down at the gym who train with me as well, and they do JST, so we all train together on that one. And in the week as well, I just love seeing everyone else do the same workouts. Obviously some of them are tailored to me, especially now because I had knee surgery 9 weeks ago, so things are tailored to me, but I can still sort of feel a part of the community, and that's what I absolutely love. Yeah,
that's lush. What was the biggest thing you noticed about Super Saturday when it came in? What did it do to your box, and you know, what's so enjoyable about it?
Well, there's always been a couple of us who, well, one girl, Zoe, who's my training buddy at the moment, she came on board with JST actually probably the start of lockdown, she came on board. And so we went through lockdown 1, just messaged each other, what have you got? Have you got this? You do your 5-minute test? And so that was really nice. So then when we came back from lockdown, we started training together, and then we're like, just went around guys at the box saying, oh, you fancy coming doing this? And so they downloaded the Super Saturday, and so we had a group of us. So every week we just have a group of us at the gym. And I've always trained by myself. I've always just gone in, done my own thing, been in the corner, chatted to people, but never really felt a part of something. But the Super Saturday, you just feel part of something, and you can see everyone else smashing it, and you're cheering everyone else on when you see their videos of them getting a 1 rep max, and it's just brilliant. It's brilliant to see everyone doing the same thing as what you're doing, and I love it.
Yeah, the 1 rep maxes thing is my favorite, because actually you don't really do it all that often when you're in the gym, do you? So when you've got a weekend and everyone's going for their big max lift of the day and everyone's screaming at you, it's class. Love it. You do have 1,000,001 jobs, and I don't even think I'm exaggerating by saying that. Where do you find the time to fit in? Because the JST Compete programs, it's a hefty amount of work. There's a lot to get done in a day. So how do you balance it?
I love training. I just love training. I love the feeling of training. I love the feeling of getting stronger and fitter. So I always make sure I put time aside to train, and it doesn't feel like a chore. I enjoy it so much. So no matter how busy I am, I always make sure I can train, whether it's at never in the morning. I'm not a morning person, I'm not gonna lie. So if it's like 7 o'clock at night when I put Finn to bed and then the girls join me out in the garage, or whether it's at 9 o'clock at night when they're in bed and then I can train, and it might be a late one, I'll be training, might be sometimes till 10:30, 11 at night, but it's getting it done because I enjoy doing it. I'm lucky I do have the garage I can train in, not at the moment because it's full of all the house stuff, so it's out of bounds, and the husband's put the car back in it. I mean, cars in garages?
Yeah, how rude.
I know. What's that about? So yeah, but the gym just moved, Blueprints just moved just down the road from me now, so I can pop there on lunch or whatever. But yeah, having the girls come out to the garage with me is one of the best things as well, and then training with me, especially Harriet. She's my little training buddy. She loved it. Loved lockdown too. She did JST. She did Super Saturday with me every Saturday. I just loved it. So
how old are your girls?
Jess is nearly 12. Harriet turned 9 last Saturday, and then Finny is 2, just turned 2.
Oh, bless. And are they already on the CrossFit train?
Basically, yeah. My eldest does gymnastics, so she does all of her stretching every day. Harriet does gymnastics.
Better than you then.
Oh, she is. Yeah. She's like, Mummy, why can't you do a bridge? I'm like, and if I wanted to. So yeah, and then Harriet, she just loves doing anything I'm doing. So she's amazing out in the gym, doing toes to ring and handstands. No fear, that girl.
Oh, that's lush. Does it like give you a sense of purpose as well, knowing that they're copying what you're doing, and therefore like it's getting them on a really nice kind of like lifestyle track?
Oh, definitely. I think one of my proudest moments was when Harriet had a friend for a sleepover, and the bed was in the way, and Harriet said to her friend, she went, "Oh, look at my mummy, she's going to move the bed all by herself because she's so strong." And I was just like, I'm not gonna cry, don't make a scene. I was like, yeah, I can move this bed, I've got to move it now. It's quite heavy.
Yeah, unless.
So yeah, I love it.
So mum's one job, then there's a day job which no one ever wants to talk about because it's the day job, but then there's also Halo Fitness. So I assume that was born out of your love for fitness. And what inspired you to start your own company on the side?
Yeah, so I've always repped for brands for the last few years, clothing brands. One of them was a US brand, and I was having to send people to the US to buy pretty shorts and clothing, and they having to pay customs charges. It's like, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Why am I doing this? Why don't I just start my own? Because there wasn't really any companies in the UK that did fun pattern booty shorts. So that was my primary thing, because I love booty shorts. That's
I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah, no, I've only just started wearing leggings, and that's because I've never found leggings that fitted me properly, and so now I love leggings as well, but have to, it's my brand. So but yeah. I just thought, so I approached my business partner Paul and said, why don't we try this? I was actually pregnant with Finn at the time, and I just went, yeah, let's see what we can do. So we approached some suppliers, and then started actually 2 years ago, a couple of weeks ago, which was 4 days after Finn was born, and launched with, I think it was 6 pairs of booty shorts, a bra and a top. And I think now we've had, 50 plus pairs of booty short patterns, high rise, low rise, mid rise. We've had 20 odd bras, 20 plus leggings. We did bikinis, sweatshirts, and then so menswear as well. So it's gone from strength to strength. This year's been crazy.
Sounds amazing. What has it taught you? going through that process?
It's been, we've been lucky. We haven't faced too many challenges. We've had a few shipments which aren't, like, the process has been a bit delayed. It's been a bit frustrating at times when you really want to just get things out to customer. Like, we're waiting for a shipment right now. They were meant to be here before Christmas, and we were promised them, and they're arriving next week. It's like, oh, I kind of miss Christmas. So you have to be quite patient. You have to, it's a very similar drive, I think. Work, training, everything, you've got to have that passion, you have to have that drive, otherwise what's the point of doing it all? You have to love what you're doing, otherwise you don't put your full effort in. And running a business alongside a family, training and actually working, you have to have a love for it, otherwise it's not going to succeed. Like, if you don't have a love for your training, you're not going to succeed.
If you like pie charted your day, what time do you allocate to each of your things?
So my full-time job is probably obviously the bulk. So
actually, just before we go anywhere, can you just say your full-time job? Because you told me earlier, and I was just like, what?
You didn't want to say it, did you?
No, I'm not going to say it out loud because I can't say the words.
So I'm a meteorologist account manager, so weather forecaster effectively. I work for the weather company, an IBM business. So the app on your iPhone, that's us. We do Yahoo, Facebook, all those. So I travel around Europe selling weather forecasts.
So it's not even like you're really actually home based all that much either. You're like on the road. I mean, I thought I was busy. I'm a bit blown away.
It's
fun.
Yup, amazing. When I travel, I find CrossFit boxes. So I'm really lucky that I can visit CrossFit boxes around Europe. Everyone goes to Paris, they see the Eiffel Tower. I find CrossFit Louvre.
Yeah.
Like, so what did you see in Paris? I was like, I saw the hotel, saw my business meeting, and I saw the CrossFit box. Like, what?
Do you find they're quite open to you bringing in your own programming?
Yeah, most of the time. I do sometimes try and join class, and I tell David I'm just going to hop into a class, and then I'll try and do, because for me my priority is always my strength training, because my biggest weakness in CrossFit is strength. I've got an engine and gymnastic skills. I love working on gymnastics drills anyway. They're my favorite thing to do. I'm one of those weirdos who likes drills. But yes, strength is something I have to work on, because that's my biggest thing I need to work on. So I try and join in class, and if it's like endurance based, then I'll just try and do my strength after, and I say, do you mind if I stay on in a corner and just do squats or something like that? So, because I do think it's a polite thing to do, and it's a nice thing to do, is to actually embody the community by going to a different box, not just going into the corner and just doing your own thing. That's not community, and that's not what CrossFit's really about. It's about the community, and that's why you visit other boxes. If I'm traveling a lot, obviously that would mean I'm not able to do my program, so that'd be a bit, and it's a bit then all over the place. But if I'm traveling like once every couple of weeks or whatever, then yeah, I try and join in, meet people. I've met some amazing people just traveling around boxes, and go back when I go back again, like Prague, my first ever drop in. I've been there about 15 times since. And so yeah, I walked into a business meeting over there, and the secretary looked at me and went, I know you do CrossFit, don't you?
Oh.
Like, wow. Yeah, I do. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Sorry, we diverted. Pie chart.
Yeah. Sorry, pie chart. That's my fault.
And mine.
So my day would be, day job of, well, obviously sort the kids in the morning, so they fortunately don't get up that early. So kids, get them ready for school. So one's at primary school, one's at nursery, and one's at secondary school. So I've got three.
Just to make life easy.
I know, it's perfect, isn't it? So yeah, 3 in 3 different places. The eldest walks to school every day, come rain or shine, she's off walking. So she's got that drive. I don't know where she gets it from, but she just does it. So that's perfect. And then the other two, so I get them off, then 9 o'clock I'm at my desk, do my day job, tend to then have to pick them up, take them to all their activities. They go to gymnastics, swimming. So every night they've got something on. And while they're doing that, I try and do a bit of my training if I can. So I try and squeeze in. So they've got 2 hours of gymnastics. I'll try and get to the gym during that slot to do some of my training, to then go and pick them up, then go and get Finn from nursery, which is the other side of town, just to make things easy. And then I'll come back, get Finn settled, and then I'll finish off my training. So, and then Halo's nighttime, sort of 10 till midnight usually.
Oh,
So
sat in front with a glass of, oh no, sorry, a glass of water watching the telly.
cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Big tea drinker. So yeah, that's my day.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a well-oiled machine. I'm very impressed. I suppose as well, you would have gone through all of the programming with JST or Dave whilst being pregnant as well. How did you adapt that?
Yeah, so I'm very passionate about pregnancy and postpartum fitness, and I actually qualified myself in it because I felt like I had a bit of responsibility being quite active on social media, post a couple of times a week. So I felt a bit of responsibility because obviously I didn't want to be one of those fit mums who just gives advice based on having babies, because that's not what it's about. It's not about listening to your body. It's about understanding when not to listen to your body, because your body can continue to do things way after your body should be doing things, risk versus rewards. So David, he programmed me all the way through my pregnancy and then postpartum. But I like to make sure I know what I'm doing as well. I want to know that how my pelvic floor is working, how my abdominals are stretching and moving. So I wanted to understand the process as well. And Dave was just brilliant. So we just regularly had chats. We fed back. I'd tell him, oh no, I don't feel ready for that. My pelvic floor is not quite ready. So can we like move it to this? And so we just have really good conversations about it all and chat about it. And that's what's so good about him. He just adapts for me as to what I can and can't do, and really listens to me. So that's why it's so good.
If you had a timeline in the build-ups of pregnancy, giving birth, and then following it, what things kind of change over that period?
Oh gosh, it's huge.
Loosely.
Yeah. So what for me personally, I mean, just when I got pregnant, I didn't know it was actually the 2018 Open, and I was pregnant during that, and I actually had my best finish ever in that Open in the world, in the Masters category. And so I was gradually chipping away to get into the top 200, and I didn't realize I was pregnant at the time, and then found out a few weeks later I was in Bali, and found out while in Bali that I was pregnant. Didn't tell my husband till the plane ride home. It's like, I think I'm pregnant. So it's a shock. It's a real test mentally when you're an athlete, going from working so hard to get to where you are, to then having to completely readjust your mindset to being, okay, it's not now about me. It's not now about my progression. It's about looking after my body and looking after the baby so that I can then progress afterwards. And that's a whole mindset. And that's what's so difficult for so many athletes, adjusting that mindset. It's definitely the hardest thing to do. It's like an injury, trying to adjust your mindset during an injury, going, I know I could do it, but it's going to then set me back afterwards. So should I do it? And that's completely about pregnancy. I can lift a deadlift. I can lift my 1RM. Should I, with all the force on my pelvic floor and abdominals? Should I go for 1 rep max? Probably not, no. And if you're questioning that, that's when you know it's not right. So adjusting that mindset, and your body changes. Like, you've worked so hard to get in a place where you're happy with your strength and your physical ability, and then your body's changing, and the mindset shift is very difficult. And I can't imagine what people pregnant and postpartum this year have gone through, because you don't have that community around you. I was so lucky to have friends joining me. They'd come on the assault bike with me, because that's all I could really do for a while, is on the bike, just doing intervals. Yeah, great. And they'd join me for it. I had 20 minutes on the bike, and they'd sit there with me doing 20 minutes on the bike. But if you're during this time, I think it'd be really difficult So I think that's when you've got to just call up your buddies and check they're okay. So I digressed again, haven't I? But yeah, I think that biggest change is the mindset. And then afterwards, still, I think it's the hardest time when you're postpartum, because you're like, okay, I haven't got a baby in me anymore, but my body is actually weaker than before, because you've either given birth to a baby via cesarean or via vagina, and that's a huge pressure on your pelvic floor and your abdominals both ways. And so you need to let your body recover. And when you are used to doing things, you feel so weak and so like, oh my gosh, I really want to do that. And you look at your body, you don't recognize yourself, but you have to just be kind to yourself, and then just gradually introduce those movements, strong from the inside out. And yeah, so the biggest change is just trying to adapt to your changing circumstances. And then for me, it took me about 6 months of rehab, not just lying on the floor rehab, hanging from the bar. David set me all the, I did loads of isometric holds, holding
The
on the bar.
worst kind.
I love them.
No, you're mad.
I love the eccentric pull-up the other day when you had to do negative, a minute negative. I was like, yes! None of this kipping stuff, no.
We could not be more opposite.
So yeah, it's and then I got to the Open. So it's 10 months after having Finn, got to the Open. No, absolutely set myself no targets. I just wanted to enjoy it, complete it, and just have fun. And then I actually ended up doing all right. And I was like, oh, that actually worked, being patient, not lifting a barbell for 4 months, not doing any pull-ups. I didn't do muscle ups for like 8 months. So yeah, it's I think I try to pass on the message that you just have to be kind to your body and be kind to yourself, and sleep is a priority.
Which I feel like I get the sense that maybe you don't have much of.
Lots of makeup today.
Yep. We've got another Open coming up as well. How are you feeling preparing for this this next Open?
Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to do this Open. I had knee surgery
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so I'm still only on straight leg work, straight leg kipping, deadlifts, closed chains. So I can't actually jump, I can't squat, I can't lift. So yeah, I think if Castro said to do 2-footed jumps over the barbell, I'd be like, yeah, nope. So yeah, I'm going to have to sit this one out. I'll probably try and do it and scale them just to try and get involved and cheer everyone else on the box. But unfortunately, I won't probably be even lifting or jumping for another 3 months. So
is that an Amazon delivery?
Probably.
Rhi, thank you so much for taking the time in the madness of your house renovations and everything. I really appreciate it. And it's just very interesting to hear about you and about your mindset, because you're clearly exceptionally driven. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me personally on Instagram, RhiP32, so RHIP32. My name's not Rip, for those who think my name's Rip. And then if you want to have a look at Halo, then it's Halo Fitness Europe on Instagram.
Yeah, give you a little, that's it.
There we go.
Beautiful garms.
Yeah.
Sweet threads for all your competition needs and for casual wearing about town, active wear. Ask her on the half road for Christmas.
Exactly, yeah. It's comfy stuff. I live in it, and yeah, we've got a great little community on there as well. So it's a really nice group of people.
Thank you so much. It was lush to talk to you.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you.